Hello, I'm Alice, and today we're going to be focusing on lower body mobility using controlled articular rotations, which is better known as CARs. Now, this practice is designed to improve your joint health, to reduce stiffness, and to just bring more ease into your day. CARs, controlled articular rotations, are such a fantastic way of increasing and unlocking ranges of motion. They promote blood flow in your joints, they promote fluid in your joints, and they keep your joints healthy. You don't need anything today, just your mat and a little bit of space. So when you're ready, find your way onto your back. And we're looking specifically at the hips, knees, ankles and toes today, just as an FYI. And we're going to start with the hips. So find your way onto your back. Bring the feet towards the floor. And we're just going to focus on the right hip first. So we're going to float the right leg up and create like a 90 degree tabletop position with your right leg. And I like to take my right hand to the thigh just to kind of keep me supported there. You kind of want to slightly press your lower back down into the floor just to keep you grounded. And then what I want you to think about is trying to keep this thigh bone vertical. It's not moving from side to side on the diagonal, it's not moving forward or back. The thigh bone is staying exactly where it is, and what we're doing is we're working the internal and external rotation in your hip joint. So bring your right hand there just to support the thigh and having the shin parallel with the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, start to send your right heel over to the left side of the mat without moving or swaying your knee from side to side or forward or back, almost like there's a tent peg through your kneecap all the way to the floor. And then come back through the center and then take it over to the right. Taking it from the hip, the foot will want to do the work for you through the center to the left. Use that right hand to add a bit of resistance. So try and keep that leg steady, and then over to the right. Internal rotation will be way less than external, and you'll be like, oh my God, what the hell? Good. We're going to do 5 sets, 5 in total. So this is our third one. And try to push into those edges. So you'll find that space, it gets a bit sticky, and then see if you can press a little bit more into it. That's where the work comes. Good. Go the other side, to the right. Breathe. Last one, over to the left. External rotation, external rotation, external rotation. Pause. Squeeze into it. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Come through the center. Keeping that thigh vertical, and then take it to the right. Internal rotation, driving that outer heel wide, driving the shin open, holding here for 3. Feel it in the hip for 2, 1, center, and release. Let it go. You can wiggle it out. Super simple practice today. We're just going to go from one exercise to the other. Nothing fancy in between. So when you're ready, taking the other side, floating the left leg, create that little tabletop position with your leg, and take your left hand to the thigh just for a bit of support. You can create a bit of resistance here as well, but don't tie yourself out. Press your lower back slightly in towards the floor just to kind of ground and use your lower core muscles. Take a breath in. Exhale, start to externally rotate, taking your right heel over towards the top right corner of your mat. And center. And to the left. And I'll just face this way just to show you. Keep going. Just so you can see. And externally rotate. Over towards the right shoulder. And center. And to the left. And center. We're going to take 2 more rounds. Keep pressing into the edges, into those max spaces, your limits. And when you find the 5th round, externally rotate, keeping the knee stacked over the hip. Take it from the hip. The foot will want to do the work for you. Just the foot is irrelevant here. Just keep it active and squeeze into this space, holding here for 3, 2, 1. Through center. Take it over to the left, internally rotate, work it from the hip, squeezing deep into that joint, holding here for 3, 2, 1. Come back and release. Just window wipe the legs side to side, whatever you need. And then find your way up to a seat. Come to sit. And we're going to work one leg at a time. We're going to do knees, ankles, toes, all on one side, and then we'll work the other side. So just sitting comfortably, you can sit on a cushion if you need to. Bring your right leg out in front of you. I'm going to take our right hand or our right arm and hook our right elbow underneath the knee. So you've got this little, you're kind of picking up your leg. And then for me, you might not be able to reach because of proportions or just how you're feeling today, but if you can, I quite like to take my right hand to the bicep and then my left hand to the kneecap. It just kind of locks you in here. You're like in a real harness. But if you can't do that, just hold the forearms or whatever you need. Sit nice and tall, hug that thigh in nice and tight, and just take a little moment, keep the foot nice and active and flexed. We're going to start with the knee, and it's important to acknowledge and remember that although the knee is a hinge joint and it has this ability to hinge, it also has an ability to twist. And if it didn't have that ability, we wouldn't actually be able to do a lot of things in day-to-day life, which is why it's super important just to double think about the myth in yoga around, for instance, not putting your foot on your knee when you're in tree pose. Our knees are not going to break if we do that. There's this old myth around that. There's a lot of myths around protecting the knees in yoga, but we load our knees in very difficult, different positions, twists all day, every day, especially if you're weightlifting, if you're doing a lot in the gym, if you're quite active, resilient enough to take it. And that's why we do this sort of practice, just to bring the joint into that space, to bring some fluid, and then you can do some other mobility exercises as well to keep them protected. So sitting nice and tall, left hand on the kneecap, flexing the right foot, and then we're going to just twist from the knee. So I want you to turn your foot out, and obviously the foot is turning out, but I don't want you just to do the foot. I want you to think about from the knee. So think about the shin bones turning, okay? And then from here, we're going to extend the knee. So start to extend, keeping the twist. Now you won't be able to extend all the way, keeping the twist, because obviously you're twisting the thigh, the shin bones in the knee. You won't be able to extend it. And then twist it in. Mine's always harder on this side. My foot wants to do the work. And then lower it down. Open, extend, turn it in, take it down. Try not to take it from the foot, from the knee. Let the shin bones rotate in the kneecap. Last one this direction. Open, extend, close, bend. Keeping the foot angled into the center line. Extend, open at the top, lower, close, extend, open, lower. Last one. And release. Keep that bind. We're going to take straight into the ankle. Lean back a little bit so the leg is floating once more. And the leg can just be comfortably in front of you. You don't have to extend it or bend it. And then just start to work rotations in your ankle. And I want you to think you've got a bowl of cake batter, that you've scooped out most of it, but you're trying to get the last scrapes, the last little bits in the bowl. Use the toes, use the side of the foot, inside of the foot, scrape the side of the bowl, just 5 in one direction, adding a little bit of resistance for your joints as you go, and then go the other way. And these aren't just like very quick circles, they're controlled. They're smooth. There's an element of force in here as you try to improve and expand the range of motion in your joint. Mine's really clunky. And release once you've taken 5. Bring the right foot to the floor out in front of you and just sit comfortably. You can lean to the side, whatever you need. I'm just going to scooch back so I'm on my mat. I'm going to work the toes. So I want you to look at all 5 toes. I want you to think about the big toe knuckle and the pinky toe knuckle and the 2 corners at the back of your heel. You've got like roots growing out of those spaces and into the floor, into the earth. So those are really grounded and they can't move, but our toes can. So see what happens if you try to lift all 5 toes up. Just lift the toes, not the foot, not the knuckles. And then spread the toes apart like you're fanning them out. And then ground. And lift, spread them apart like they're trying to unstick from each other. And ground. Last one, lift, spread, and ground. Nice. Listen closely, we're going to lift all 5 and then we're going to just tap the big toe down on its own. And lift, and tap, and lift, and tap, and lift. If you're struggling with this and you're like, why is it not working? What you can do, just to start with, is hold the outer 4 toes up so it really isolates the big toe, and the brain will start, and the body will start to get used to it, be like, oh, that's what you wanted me to do, and then it will start to make a bit more sense. And just do another 5, maybe going a bit faster, tapping down, tap, 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 tap. Lift all 5. Now outer 4 toes go down, keeping the big toe lifted, and lift, and tap, and lift, and tap, and lift, and tap, and lift. 5 more. If you want to hold the big toe up just for ease, you can do that. Just to help you get into it, especially if this is the first time you've ever done anything like this. Your toes are probably going to be like, what is going on? But just keep going. 2 more. Lift, tap, lift. Lift all 5 up as much as you can, and then piano key down like you're doing a little Mexican wave with your feet. Do the pinky toe to the floor, the 4th toe, the 3rd toe, the 2nd toe, and the big toe. And just taking that twice more. Lift, pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. That's it. Last one. Pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. Nice. And release. Let it go. Whew. We'll just swap sides. So that foot stuff is crazy good, and you can just do that on its own. It brings so much dexterity and support and balance for your body, especially when we spend so much time in shoes and if you don't spend a lot of time barefoot. It's really important for your longevity of your body. Cool, let's take it the other side. So we're bringing the left elbow underneath the left knee. And if you can reach for the bicep on the right arm, and then take your right hand to left kneecap. Sit nice and tall, squeeze the thigh into the belly to sit nice and tall. We're going to work the knee first, then we'll do the ankle, then the toes. So externally rotate the shin bones, opening them out to the left, and then lift the heel away from the floor, keeping that external rotation. And then close it off. So feel the the shin bones closing off, and then lower and open and lift and close and lower and open and lift and close and lower. Good, we did 4, I think, on the other side. So we'll just even ourselves out. And then reversing it, keeping that internal rotation, extend, open, lower, close, extend, open, lower, close, extend, open, lower, close. Last one. Release. Good. Keep hold of the leg. Let's just take it into the ankle. Make sure you can see the ankle, like you're scraping the side of the bowl with your toes and the side of your foot and your ankles, articulating through the whole foot, creating as smooth the circles as you can. And think every single circle gets a little bit smoother and a little bit bigger. And then go the other way, 5 in the other direction. Mine are clunky today. Last 2. And release. Bring the foot down to the floor. Make sure you can see your foot, but you can lean out or sit tall, whatever's comfortable. And then lift all 5 toes up off of the floor. Think about those roots driving down through the big knuckle, the pinky knuckle, and the 2 corners at the back of the heel. Feel the lift through your arches of your feet as well. So you've got the inner arch, but you also have a mini arch on the outside of the foot, and also an arch in the center of the foot as well. So feel that lift, that Pada Bandha away from the floor. And then spread the toes apart, fan them out, and then ground. Lift, spread, ground. That's it. Lift, spread, ground. Nice. Lift all 5. Tap the big toe down on its own. And lift, and tap, and lift, and tap. Use support if you need. Tap, and lift, tap, and lift, tap, and lift for 3, 2, 1. Swap sides, tap the outer 4 toes down, keeping the big toe lifted, and lift, and tap, and lift, and tap, and lift, and tap, tap, and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift all 5. Piano key down, pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. And lift, pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. Last one. Pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. And release. Great work. And that's you done. That's your lower body mobility. This is the sort of practice that you can come back to time and time again. CARs are not a sort of practice you do once. You've got to do them regularly for you to see any sort of difference. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you got on in the comments below. And if you want more practices like this and you feel like they're good for you, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button, because there are more coming. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day and rest of your week, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Lots of love.